Now let's bring you some update on the ongoing CLOGSAG. Now, Employment Minister Dr. Rashid Pelpo is expected to meet leaders of the Civil and Local Government Staff Association of Ghana today to find a solution to their industrial action. CLOGSAG is on a strike protesting the appointment of Samuel Adomboche as Registrar of Births and Deaths, and we've got details and tabs on that. But first, let's get update on day 2 of the CLOGSAG strike from our correspondent. Now, let's go to the Ashanti region where Emmanuel Bright Kweku is on standby. Emmanuel, yesterday you brought us the situation at the office of the Births and Deaths Registry in Kumasi, or the Ashanti region, I should be specific. What is it like today?
Members of CLOGSAG or workers at this regional office are not at post as we speak now. But when you go to some other offices, we have been monitoring the other members or officers who are under the CLOGSAG. And when we went there, especially with the Controller and Accountants General Department here in the Ashanti region, we saw some offices had opened and met a number of people there, but they tell me that they did not come to work, but the offices have been opened, but they will not be responding to or attending to any clients who may be coming to the office to seek services. We also visited the Social Welfare Department here in the Ashanti region, and also when I went there, in some of the offices I saw some lights in there, and even got inside the offices and interacted with a few of the workers who are around, and they told me that they had actually come in for their personal purpose. That's why they came to the office, and not to serve any clients of a sort who should maybe come to the department to seek any kind of service. And so for them, it's a personal purpose and not really working. So you may want to call it a sit-down strike of a sort. And now we finally went to the Births and Deaths Registry here in the Ashanti region, and I can't confirm to you that when I went there, the office itself, the gates to the office was locked. It was a burglar proof, and we found out that the door was locked and nobody was around, unlike yesterday where you had some clients coming to seek services, and they were told by the workers that they are actually on an industrial action. And so today, the office at the Births and Deaths Registry here in the Ashanti region has been locked. Nobody was sighted around. And so for the many clients who had to troop in yesterday, they did not get any answers to what they were seeking for. And so even this morning, if you should go there, you are not going to get anything at all from them because they are not working. So this is currently the situation here in the Ashanti region, where we found out that some workers are in the offices, but they tell us that they came there for their own personal purposes and not generally to serve anybody at all. And so this has been the situation here from the Ashanti region. Over to you in the studio. My name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
Right, away from the Ashanti region, I'll take you now to Oti region, where my colleague Peter Senu is on standby. Peter, what's it like in the Oti region?
Right, what is happening here in the Oti region is that the strike for the CLOGSAG has entered its second day and it is in full force. But our checks across the region indicate that various offices, especially this assembly and the allied offices that operate within the assemblies are under lock and key. Currently, I'm in front of the KDB District Assembly, where there is no sign of any human activity here. But earlier in the day, I was here to get the mood of it. Sadly, maybe some people may want to come around, but I'm still back here this afternoon, and there's nothing ongoing here. There's no sign of anyone around. And let me quickly show you around. This is the premises of the KGB District Assembly. In fact, all the doors here are currently under lock and key. There is no sign of any human presence here. In fact, this bike here, I came here this morning, I saw this bike, and it is still parked here, but there's no sign of anyone here. And no one here to seek any of the services to any of the assemblies to here. So this is what is happening here in the Oti region.
Right. Thank you so much, Peter. So Peter is also confirming that Oti region as well is experiencing the strike that CLOGSAG is embarking on. Would have taken you to the northern region to bring updates from Martina, but we're unable to bring that. But still on the story, a group calling itself aggrieved members of CLOGSAG say it is disassociating itself from the ongoing strike to protest appointment of Births and Deaths Registrar. Now, the group is, in a statement, have said, and I'll bring that on your screen shortly. It says that aggrieved members of CLOGSAG write, "We find this directive unjustified and irrelevant to our conditions of service. This call for a strike is a misplaced priority. The national executives should," and they're highlighting the point, "concentrate on the negotiations of the minimum wage and get workers a better offer." I go to the next point that says that ensure better working conditions for staff of the local government and civil service. Ensure the implementation of the enhanced salary structure without further delay. Also, immediately halt the unlawful deduction of the Pempase Tier 3 from our salaries, which began illegally in February 2023. "We disassociate ourselves from the strike and will report to work as usual. We urge CLOGSAG leadership to act in the best interest of workers by addressing these pressing issues." We wanted to get a bit more details on this one. This also confirms that what Martina brought to us yesterday from the northern region, that not all members of CLOGSAG up there are part of the strike. But after the engagement with the minister today, we'll bring you updates. But let's take